Yo, what's up, Pisces? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of September 2018. Pisces, this month is looking pretty good for you when it comes to options. I'm seeing a couple different options for you, especially for those of you who are single. There might be someone who is a fire sign, so an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius might be a good option for you. Or you have an air sign potentially, which is at the top of your reading, so maybe a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius would be a good option for you. But, for those of you who don't see any fire sign in your life or air sign in your life, then, maybe these cards are more about the qualities of the cards that, you're exuding these qualities through your personality potentially. Like, you have the Queen of Wands in the reverse as your central energy. And that would suggest that some of you, I'm not saying all of you are, but some of you might be a little bit demanding in the month of September 2018. Some of you might be a little bit aggressive. But if that's not resonating with you, then try to see, is there an important fire sign in your life? Is there an important Aries somewhere around you? Is there an important Leo or a Sagittarius? Because if you're single, or maybe if you're in a relationship that's not so great, then potentially this might be a good option for you. Either that or an air sign. I'm seeing air signs too, because the Queen of Swords. So if you're not familiar with tarot, then the gender doesn't matter. It's all about, it could be Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, could be a man or a woman. It's all about the suit. So you have a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you have an air sign, which is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra might be a good option for you. Now, your challenge for the month of September 2018 is the Empress card. And that would suggest that some of you are feeling like you don't have the abundance in your life that you'd really love to have. And I don't think that you should be that concerned about that, because Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is shifting into an area for you. I know this is a reading for September 2018, but I'm just looking a little bit further ahead. So, in November 2018, Jupiter is shifting into an area for you that has to do with your professional situation. It has to do with your career. It has to do with the way you're perceived by society. And this is a really great area for Jupiter to be in for you. And I feel that, Jupiter's going to be in this area for 12 months about. It's going to be there for about 12 months in the sector of career for you. And I feel like during that time, something really positive, could come about when it comes to your professional standing. And, that's why you should not get too hung up about this Empress card that's in the challenge position, because that would suggest some of you are concerned about the need to have abundance in your life. But with where Jupiter's going for you, I think that it's looking pretty good. Now, if that's not resonating for you, then very specifically, I'm going to say that some of you might feel like you're having like some kind of issue with your appearance. I'm not saying that's definite for all of you, but the Empress card is very much about the appearance and beauty and taking quality care of yourself. And I think that many of you do that, but for some reason I think there's something psychological with you where you feel like you're not satisfied with something about your appearance. And I don't think that you should feel that way. I think that it's all in your mind, and that you shouldn't let yourself feel that way about yourself. So I'm not saying that that's resonating for all of you. There's probably nothing that you should be concerned about with your appearance at all, but psychologically some of you might feel that way. Now, you have the Queen of Swords in the reverse position, which is crowning your reading. And that would suggest that some of you you're using your intelligence for a purpose that's cruel. So some of you are very intelligent people. However, you're using it in a way that's a little bit abusive, maybe to somebody, potentially. And, that would, if we go down here to the King of Swords in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse quality would be, some of you might be a little bit manipulative. Some of you, Queen of Swords in the reverse, some of you are using your intelligence for something that's sort of cruel. So don't do that. And I'm just letting you know now that that's probably not because, what goes around comes around, Pisces. It's like the way you treat others, is eventually going to come back to you. You just got to watch that because you got Saturn that's going to be in your sign, and it's going to be many years from now, maybe probably about half a decade or maybe a little more. But you just got to remember, you got to think about the future, you got to think about karma. It's like the way you treat somebody, it's just going to come right back around to you. So just watch with that a little bit. And it's fine to be honest and express your opinion, but you don't want to be like King of Swords in the reverse where it's abusive. And you have the Fool card here in your distant past position, as well as the Judgment card. And the Fool card is one of new beginnings. So, you're just starting out. And, some of you might have that energy coming back a little bit in the month of September 2018. It's like maybe there should be a new beginning that needs to take shape in your life. And, with these past cards, it's like sometimes sometimes when these past cards show up, it's either indicative of something that was part of your distant past, or this is the actual energy that's coming back in. That you've experienced this energy before, and it's coming back in the month of September 2018. So some of you really, I'm going to talk about new beginnings a little bit more later in this reading, because I'm seeing another card here that has to do with that. And, some of you are maybe a little bit resistant to a new beginning, and I don't think that's very good for you. I think that you need to be more accepting of new beginning that might want to take shape in your life. Now you have also the Judgment card as one of your distant past cards. And, the Judgment card is like all about finding your life's purpose, what you're here for, Pisces, like what you're meant to do in life. And, some of you might have that energy coming back a little bit in the month of September 2018. Now, in your recent past card, you have the Two of Cups, which is a card that's about harmony and balance in your relationship. That's a great card for relationship, but it's in the recent past position. So, it's sort of a question as to whether or not is that energy going to come back in the month of September 2018. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe this is just indicative of harmony, and you had some harmony in your relationship in the recent past, which is great. But, for those of you who do have Two of Cups energy coming in the month of September 2018, then that's a great energy to have, because that coincides with the new moon that's going to happen on September 9th. And it's happening for you, Pisces, in an area that has to do with relationship in your life. And I'm not saying that all single Pisces are going to enter into a new relationship in the 6 months that follow the new moon. That's how a new moon works. It's going to hit on September 9th. In the 6 months that follow September 9th, some of you might have the opportunity to enter into a new relationship, especially for those of you who are single. You have the Queen of Wands here, which is, like I said, could be a man or a woman. Just because it's a queen, it doesn't matter. But, Queen of Wands could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius is a good match for you, or potentially a Queen of Swords. So anybody who is anybody who's an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra might be a good match for you. Now the cards are upside down, so it might take a few tries for you to really get it off the ground, but you do have that nice new moon energy that's bringing, potentially a new relationship into your life for some of you. And this Two of Cups is, if this energy can come back in the month of September 2018, then that would be nice. Now, for those of you who are already in a relationship, it's like you're a mixed bag. It's like some of you have a great relationship, and, the new moon on September 9th, following that relationship is going to be reinforced by that new moon. It's just things could get even better. Some of you might be thinking about, talking about the next step potentially. Now, others of you, you need to really just be honest with yourselves. Like, is everything going well in your relationship? Are you really happy? Are the circumstances surrounding your relationship practical? And for some of you, yes. For others of you, no. And I just think that, this is really just comes back to this Fool card energy. It's like, so I'm going to talk about the Ace of Wands too, because the Ace of Wands is a new beginning, Pisces. And some of you are in need of a new beginning, but the Ace of Wands is showing up in this part of the board that has to do with your hopes and your fears. So some of you are a little bit fearful of a new beginning. You're like, oh, is it really going to work out? Well, I think you need to have more faith in your life path. Like, where are you meant to go? Who are you meant to be with? Just trust that, you don't need to hold on to the wheel so tightly. Like, a higher power has your best interest. And potentially this new moon on September 9th, if you're in a relationship that's not great, then, or with the circumstances surrounding it aren't that great, then allow this new moon following September 9th to bring someone new into your life, Pisces. And, you have the Three of Swords here. So 1, 2, 3. So your significant other, and guess what? Somebody else potentially who either you're attracted to or your significant other has some, like, not saying that they have somebody on the side, but they might be thinking about another option potentially, or it's you, one or the other. If you're single, maybe it's you, somebody, and somebody. So, if you're single, you might have some options. So I think that's something that, especially for you single Pisces, should really see as something that's positive about this reading, is that, some of you do have some options. That's good for a single person. It's good for a single person to have options, 1, 2, 3. But, if you are coupled up already, then some of you really might be thinking, yeah, it does, somebody you're with, do they have their mind on somebody else? Because the swords are all about thought. The swords are all about communication. So, potentially either somebody's thinking about somebody else, or for a select few of you, somebody's communicating with somebody else. So it's going to resonate differently for all of you. But you have the Eight of Pentacles as your near future, and that would suggest some of you are, it's like perfectionism. It's like you're just way too much, Pisces. It's like, it's good to be, to be conscientious about what you're doing in your line of work, but you don't want to overdo it. And, for others of you, it's like the total flip side. It's like some of you just have a lack of motivation. But, if this, I wish this card would have came out upright for you, because if it would have suggest that, you are engaged in what you're doing, your work is quality, you're focused, you're concentrated, you're doing a great job, you're efficient. But the card's in the reverse. So it would, I'm not saying all of you are, I'm not saying that all of you are experiencing the qualities that are the adverse of the things that I just mentioned, but some of you a little bit overdoing it with perfectionism. Others of you just lack of motivation. That's not going to resonate for all of you like that. Maybe some of you are fine at what you're doing in your work, but Eight of Pentacles in the reverse would suggest some of you are experiencing the things that I just mentioned. Now you have the Emperor card down here as well. So that's a great card to have, because you do have the capacity to be on a solid foundation. Look how strong the structure is that he's sitting on. This chair is so solid. I mean, nothing can destroy that chair. So some of you do have the opportunity to be on a solid foundation, and I do see that coinciding with Saturn finally moving forward, because some of you have the opportunity to make your life more structured. And S for Saturn, S for structure. And on September 6th, Saturn will start to move forward again. So forward-moving Saturn is much better than retrograding Saturn. It's finally coming out of its retrograde on September 6th. So, Saturn's all about the gradual process. So, take your time, and, you can gradually make progress with something, Pisces. For some of you now, for others of you, and I'm going to get really specific with what I'm about to say, but I'm the one who discovered the use of life path numbers within the tarot. No other tarot reader has ever done this before, and I'm going to keep saying this over and over, because I know that, some other tarot readers, who knows, maybe they're going to start using this discovery that I've made, and, if they're going to use it, then they should definitely give me credit for it, because I'm the one who discovered it. So, You know, if you are another tarot reader that's watching this video and you're thinking about using the concept of life path numbers in your video, then, you know, like I said, I've watched so many tarot videos, tarot readers. Nobody has ever made this discovery before. I'm the one who made this discovery. And the Emperor card is somebody who is the life path number 4. So some of you might have somebody in your life who's important, who's the life path number 4. And if you want to find out, you just have to go to the tutorial video that I made. So right above the comments section in this video, just click on the link and it'll take you to the tutorial video that I recorded. And what you can do is you can actually take someone's date of birth and you can use the numerological formula that I use in the video explanation. You can take their date of birth and you can find out what their life path number is. And you have a few life path numbers showing up in this reading. And I'm not saying all Pisces have these life path numbers who are important in their life. So, you know, some of you have the Emperor, which is, like I said, it could be a man or a woman. It doesn't matter about the gender. The Emperor could be a man or a woman, but it's somebody who's life path number 4. Same with the Empress is life path number 3. You have the Fool, which is life path number 22. And some people, I don't know why, they should not get, whoever you are out there who's life path number 22, you shouldn't get insulted about the Fool being your card. I mean, that's the card that identifies with who you are. The Fool is someone who's very spontaneous. The Fool could be an artist. The Fool is a free spirit. The Fool is somebody who likes to travel. So it's not meant to be insulting at all. It's just the card that identifies with the life path number 22. So you got a few options. I mean, maybe some of you are the life path number 22, or maybe you're the life path number 3, or maybe you're the life path number 4. But, you know, that's really specific. And obviously not all of you are. But these might be people in your life. So life path number 4, life path number 3, life path number 22. Who are these people in your life, Pisces? Go to my tutorial explanation video. Take people's dates of birth who you're curious about and use the numerological sequence to find out. Now, the outcome for the month of September 2018 is the 8 of Cups. And this card is a little bit about escapism. This card is a little bit about you're kind of drifting and, you know, going into withdrawal a little bit with yourself. And I just think, like, once again, this energy is just for the month of September 2018. So I don't think that you need to be, you know, too concerned about this. This is just a temporary influence for you. You know, some of you might be drifting a little bit. Some of you might be, you know, a little bit of escapism going on, but I think that your future looks bright. You know, especially I keep looking at Jupiter, which is, you know, going into that area for you. I mean, I think professionally things are going to be looking great for you over the next 12 months. Just, you know, wait until I mean, obviously you want to do your best always, you know, and you know that obviously, but you're going to get a nice boost. November 2018, Jupiter is going to shift into your sector of your professional life, your career, the way you're perceived by society. So, you know, don't let temporary energies of 1 month, you know, oh, I have the eight of Cups as my outcome. It's just for the month. You know, you might have a couple bouts of, you know, drifting a little bit here and there. You're a dreamer, you know what I mean? So, but you might withdraw to yourself a little bit at certain moments throughout the month of September 2018, but don't get hung up on that. And, you know, like I said, take what's positive, especially if some of you have, especially if you're single, or, you know, if you are looking to do, like, if you are in a relationship that's you're not that satisfied with, you got options. It's not like you don't have options, Pisces. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. And if you like to read daily astrology, check me out on Instagram. I have an Instagram handle, Gregory Furlan Astrology. I write daily astrology every day. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.